A strategic marketing plan. Do you have one? Do you need one? Are you going to be creating one, or do you never think about one? And that's the kind of stuff we're going to be talking about today in this episode. At first, I thought I could do all of this in one episode. Haha, silly me, not possible. So I'm breaking this up into two parts. So this is part one. And in this part, what we're going to do is talk about your strategic plan, what your company's SWOT analysis should include, your audience persona, understanding your decision-making process, as well as covering the latest and greatest digital marketing strategies that you can include in your digital marketing strategic plan. And you might be thinking, dude, I've made it this far without a strategic plan. Why do I need one? Well, my friend, you may not need one, but do we need coffee? We don't, right? But it helps us get going, especially if we're a coffee drinker, right? I think a digital strategic marketing plan could really make the difference between a high energy business that goes to the next level and a not so high energy business that just kind of stays where it's at. Still profitable, but maybe not where it could be, right? So whether you're a seasoned business owner or just starting out, sit back, relax, and get ready to take some notes, because I'm going to drop some really, really amazing knowledge on you that's going to be really useful to your business. And who knows, maybe after these next two episodes, you'll be the next Elon Musk of marketing. I do need to put a disclaimer on that. We cannot guarantee you'll be a billionaire, but we can guarantee that you'll have a really, really good marketing plan after listening to these two episodes. So let's get started with developing a digital marketing strategic plan for your business. Welcome to the latest episode of Corner Your Market. I'm your host, Silas Kinide. In this podcast, I talk about all things digital marketing, from website design and development to SEO and PPC, as well as paid advertising, email marketing, social media, and anything in between. If you're a small business owner, a marketing manager in a company, or an entrepreneur, this podcast is for you. So tune in every Thursday at 10 a.m. You'll gain some practical insights, new strategies, tactics, and tools that will help you grow your business. To subscribe, go to corneryourmarketpodcast.com and select the podcast app of your choice. Then you can hit subscribe within those apps. That again is corneryourmarketpodcast.com. Also, don't forget to like and share our individual episodes. You can also leave a review in the app once you've listened to one of our episodes. When you start a business, or if you're managing a business of any kind that's been going on for a while, it's a little easy to, get wrapped up into the day-to-day and fall into a pattern and just keep going, especially if it's an ongoing business. But even if you're an entrepreneur, you can start with some great excitement. You have a lot of exciting things that you want to accomplish, and you're out there getting your business going. Or you're a small business owner and the thing's been going for a while, and all of a sudden things start to happen in your business. Things start to go this way or that way, and you find yourself in a spot where maybe this isn't really where I want to be. Or you also find in your spot where going, oh my goodness, there's a lot of opportunity here. How do I take advantage of that? And I think one of the things that's really helped business owners and entrepreneurs and even marketing folks that are in that kind of spot is to take a step back and build out a strategic marketing plan. And what I mean by that is it can really help you uncover maybe the dissatisfaction you might have, or maybe this unease that you have about the changing marketing conditions, or maybe give you a certain sense of direction of maybe where you should be going. So in today's episode, what I wanted to do was talk about the importance of having a strategic marketing plan, not a one-time thing, maybe something that you develop as an exercise in the next few months that helps you put things together for yourself, and then maybe something that you revisit every quarter, every 6 months, or maybe even every year, depending on what suits you and what is right for your business. And it's a very important thing to do. I know that I have gone through these exercises for myself over the last couple of years, and it's been very helpful. I help clients go through this exercise, and I know it can be very invigorating and reinvigorating for business owners entrepreneurs and people that are in the day-to-day right now trying to get their business in a place where they want it to be. So whether you're a small business owner or marketer, you intuitively know that developing a comprehensive digital marketing plan can be crucial to reaching and engaging your target audience. Not only that, but it can be a very critical component in growing your business and taking it to the place. I was going to use the word taking it to the next level, but I'm starting to realize that maybe that is not for everybody. They just want their business to be in a spot where they are fulfilled and they're in that rhythm where they are really enjoying their business. So and the business is really growing and things like that. So maybe that is the next level. Maybe next level is the right word there. But anyway, so I'm a big believer in having a very comprehensive strategic marketing plan for your business. But a lot of times when I talk to folks about this, they don't really know what goes about in creating a strategic marketing plan. Basically, I'm going to cover that today. This might turn into a two-parter. I'm not exactly sure if it will, because as I'm looking through my notes, I haven't really figured out where I'm going to break off, but it's a lot of topics I want to cover today, because I want to help you create a strategic marketing plan that not only aligns with your overall business goals, but also provides a clear roadmap for measuring and evaluating your success. Because you got to measure, right? If you're on the highway and you're going 80 miles an hour, every once in a while, you got to check to make sure that you're on the right highway, because there's a lot of merges, right turns, left turns that happen. And all of a sudden, you may not be on the right highway. So, and that's not a good thing. So you got to measure, you got to look at the highway numbers, you got to look at the speed limit, you got to look at, did you go, and sometimes highways split off into, left and right, and you got to be on the right place. So you got to measure and you got to reevaluate as well. So what I want to do is I want to cover the key components of a strategic marketing plan. And I'll cover what a SWOT analysis is. That's a SWOT SWOT analysis. What it takes to do a competitive review, how to do audience target profiling, what to do in terms of your digital marketing strategies that flows out of this kind of analysis, and what kind of measurement and analytics make sense to make sure that you are in alignment and achieving your goals. So specifically, if I was to break down what are the questions we're going to try to help you answer today, I would say, I'm going to help you answer the question of what is a strategic marketing plan? What can you expect from a strategic marketing plan? How you can create a strategic marketing plan, and what your strategic plan should include. And the goal is that by the end of this episode or two-parter episode, you'll have a better understanding of what a strategic marketing plan is, what you can expect from one, and how to create a plan that is consistent with your vision and goals. So you might want to take notes. There's going to be a lot of stuff that I'm going to cover. You can pause, you can re-listen, go back. But I want to make this very educational for you and help you really arrive at something that you could really do on your own. At least get started and get this thing going. So let's start with the first question. The first question was, what is a strategic marketing plan? I found a really good definition of a strategic marketing plan on jibility.com, jibility.com / what is a strategy roadmap. They have some really good information there. So I took some of this from that website, read through it. I really like the way they break it down. But my definition, or at least a standard definition of a strategic marketing plan, is a roadmap that outlines goals and objectives of all online marketing efforts. And a strategy roadmap is basically a bridge. On that site that I just mentioned, they actually have a bridge. A strategy roadmap is a bridge between strategy, which is on the left, and then execution, which is on the right. And then the plan is that bridge that connects your strategy to your execution. So it basically visualizes the key outcomes that must be delivered over a particular time horizon in order to achieve the organization's strategic vision. That's a direct quote from jibility.com. So to have a solid strategic marketing plan, you need to have I think you need to have your values, mission, and vision kind of sorted out too. This came up recently in a conversation with a business executive. We were talking strategic marketing plan, and the question came up, how does this relate to vision and mission? Because they were still working on that. And my answer to that was, well, you need to figure out your mission and your vision first. And then you need to basically share that with us as we're building this marketing plan for you. Because your brand identity and everything like that we established and that comes out of this marketing plan needs to be in alignment with your mission and your vision. So anyway, so you need to have that kind of, I guess, buttoned up, at least informed. A lot of companies do have a mission and vision, but they never look at it. I think you need to maybe dust it off your shelf and just kind of bring it in to the marketing plan process. So a lot of times what happens is, and this is very typical for many businesses, is we get focused on the how, right? We gotta increase sales, we gotta get new business, we gotta do this, we gotta do that, and we focus on the how. Okay, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. We're so set on the how, and we immediately start chasing things. I think a lot of us are that kind of personalities. Maybe that's why we're in marketing. Maybe that's why we're in business, is that we like to get things done. And we get very impatient with things not being done and things being stalled and things like that. So I think we just start focusing on the how. Okay, I need to get to point A. I'm in point A. I need to get to point B. How do I do this? So boom, you start doing this and start doing that. But what a strategic marketing plan does is it really helps you take a step back and ask some questions, basically what and why type questions that really puts some perspectives into how and what makes the most sense from a how perspective. So I think that is what I'm going to try to cover here a little bit in the next few minutes is, let me give you an example. I'm going to try to put this into an example form, and I hope this example makes sense for you. But so instead of let's say you're a law practice, right, and that you've been doing pretty well. You're in a sprawling city, so there's different cities, maybe sister cities that are emerging, and you've done well in your city. And now you're looking at growth that's happening in other parts of the valley or other parts of the sprawling city. And I said valley because I live in a valley, but so you want to kind of take advantage of that. You have enough of a resource base to be able to make that jump. So you want to start a new practice maybe across town. So instead of just focusing on how you're going to do this and all that kind of stuff, maybe you need to take a step back and start asking you the what and why questions. Like, do you really know what you do very, very well? Do you really have a good understanding of what your key revenue drivers are? Which services are driving revenue? Which one is profitable? Which one is not profitable? What are the drivers for those? What do your current clients say about you? What do you want to change about your business as you start this new location? And what puts you in a very good position to be successful? And so you need to really ask those questions. I think that'll give you a much better insight of how to approach this expansion. And also, why do you think this location will work? Because you need to make sure that just because it's growing there doesn't mean that your clients are going to be there, right? And so anyway, so those are the kind of questions you can ask. And I'm sure that if you're going to do an expansion, you're going to think of these questions anyway. But it's a good. I'm trying to give you an example that kind of puts into the contrast between a how and a what, why. I think a better example, or even a stronger example, is when a new social media platform. This is back in the day when new social media platforms were popping up left and right, and everybody was jumping on every one of them, and nobody was really taking a step back and saying, "Wait a minute, why? What? I know we need to do this, or maybe we do, maybe we don't." So anyway, so what I'm trying to say is taking a step back and not just focusing on the how you're going to get it done, but why and what you hope to accomplish, and what makes sense in terms of the how, because the how can get very costly really fast, right? So a well-structured and comprehensive digital marketing plan, and I'm starting to use digital marketing and marketing interchangeably because so much of marketing nowadays is digital marketing. So excuse me if I keep interluding back and forth. I say digital marketing, but at the end of the day, what I really mean is marketing. So So having a well-structured and comprehensive digital marketing plan is crucial to effectively reaching and engaging your target audience, right? It can help you build brand awareness, drive website traffic, and ultimately increase your business and help you get to the point where you want to be in your business. So what can you expect? We answered the question of what is a strategic plan. Now the question is, what can you expect from a strategic marketing plan? So the primary goal of a digital marketing strategic plan should be to create a cohesive and results-driven strategy that leverages various channels. So a plan should help you have a better vision for your website, your brand presence, what to do and where to be on social media. It should answer that question. It should inform your SEO and content marketing strategy. It should also help you drive your email marketing campaign and anything else that might be right for your business. Maybe the inclusion of AI into your marketing, or maybe the inclusion of direct mail into your marketing. I was recently invited to a direct mail conference, and I was like, wow, those things are still happening. They're happening because it's a strategy that really works, and a lot of businesses overlook it and they don't really take advantage of direct mail. I think we might be arriving at a point in our societal experience in the next few years where maybe getting junk mail will feel awesome. Like maybe a personalized postcard that speaks to you is going to be really awesome, and people are going to react to that. So it's really just all a matter of breaking out of the clutter, right? So sorry, I got a little sidetracked there, but a well put together digital marketing plan will not only help you align your marketing efforts with your overall business goals, but it will also provide a clear roadmap for measuring and evaluating the success of all these digital marketing campaigns and making data-driven decisions and continually optimizing your marketing strategies for better results. So anyway, so that's what you can expect from a strategic digital marketing plan. Okay. So I'm looking at the time here and I don't want to keep going. I still have a lot to cover. So I think I am going to turn this into a two-parter. So for this, the remaining, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to go a little bit more in depth on some of these, and then I'm going to try to find a good breaking point and then go off into the second part next week. So, because I do really feel like this is very important. So let's answer the question now of how do you go about creating a strategic marketing plan? There's a lot of ways to do it. I'm sure if you start Googling this, you're going to find all kinds of things, but I'm going to outline something that has worked for us, right? So the first thing you want to do, or one of the first things that you want to do when you want to create a strategic marketing plan, is do what is called a SWOT analysis, SWOT. It's very popular. A lot of people do it. SWOT, the S stands for strengths, W stands for weaknesses, O stands for opportunities, and T stands for threats. So the strength is basically you're thinking about it from your business, right? So you basically ask yourself, what is your company good at? Yeah, that's a good question to ask yourself, and really be honest about it. Look at questions like, what do your customers and your clients like about your company? What are some of the reviews say about your company? What is working well? You might want to talk to your staff, you might want to talk to team members, you might want to talk to different people. And get a really good sense for what are you really strong at. For us and our company, we did this a couple of years ago, and understanding your strength really helped us move away from services and products that were not our strength. And what that meant for the bottom line is we were actually more profitable because we were focusing on our strengths, right? And then the W stands for weaknesses. And in terms of weaknesses, you want to ask yourself, what is not working? What turns prospects away, right? And what are the inefficiencies in your delivery of your service or your product? So are there delays? Are there bottlenecks? Are there things that are preventing your customer and your client from having the optimal 100% experience that they should be having? And a lot of times our weaknesses are things that we don't want to talk about, or we gloss over thinking that everybody has the same weaknesses, but we don't. So it's kind of like when Amazon Prime came out and they're like 2-day delivery. It's like, wow, that was unheard of, right? We just assumed that we couldn't do it. And so in the industry that was felt as a weakness. And so they took advantage of that weakness of their other competitors. So not the best example, but a little bit of an example there. And then the O is the opportunities, where what are the opportunities that your company can take advantage of? Are there new services that you could be designing? Are there new products that you could be putting together? Any weaknesses in your competition? I guess maybe Amazon Prime was a good example for that. And any industry trends that you could take advantage of, right? Are people going more of the DIY model, and maybe you need to provide some of that information as a content, subscription based, so that you can support their DIY. I like some of the things that I go to Home Depot and Lowe's a lot as a homeowner. Obviously, a lot of people do. But you look at a new product that I had to do some carpet work. I was looking to be able to close the gap, and I found a product, and they had good because I'm going to do it myself. I'm not going to hire anybody, but they had a good video that showed me how to use the product, how to do this and how to do that. And I was like, wow, that's great. That's a way of them supporting the DIYers. And that was an opportunity. I still went and bought the product. So I think there's ways to think about opportunities in a non-traditional way is what I'm trying to say. Sometimes giving away parts of your service, parts of your thing can draw more people in. Sometimes tweaking small things, maybe email newsletters that are more educational instead of sales. There's little things that you could do sometimes that could really unlock opportunities for your business. So taking a look at what the opportunities could be, and then trying to see how you could take advantage of that is also part of the SWOT analysis. And then the fourth one is threat. What is hindering growth, and why existing clients don't renew? Or why are you losing market share? Or what is the technology that you have invested in going to be obsolete in the next 3 years? What do you need to do about that? And things like that. So what are the threats that are coming up against your business? And for me, I'm not going to position this as a threat for necessarily in what I do. I think AI represents a quote unquote threat and an opportunity for everybody, right? But everything I'm looking at looks at perhaps it's more of a threat right now than an opportunity, until people start to kind of figure this out, right? So you have to really dive in and try to figure out what your threats are, because you don't want to be caught, with the hot potato that you just gotta, let go of. But a good example would be when the internet came out, newspapers, right? They were giving away their stuff for free, and all of a sudden they're out of business. So the internet was really a threat to the newspaper. So AI is a threat to a lot of things right now, and it could be a threat for your business, but it could also be an opportunity. It's just you can start thinking of it as a threat, but then you can also start thinking of it as an opportunity as well at the same time. But a comprehensive SWOT analysis is really important for you to do. I would recommend you do this very often, almost every year, just to kind of get an idea for what's going on in your marketplace and who you are and things like that. And it can help you really uncover, it can help you phase out products, phase out services, take on new ones, tweak the service delivery. It can really help you make a lot of changes to your business. And then the second part of creating a strategic marketing plan is a competitive review. Very important. Competitive review. You want to identify as many competitive things as possible. It could be direct, it could be indirect. Like Coke's competitor is Pepsi, but Coke's competitor is also orange juice because, you're drinking, right? You're drinking something. So there's different levels of competition for your business. It's an active marketplace. Every industry, for the most part, has an active marketplace. So there's all kinds of competition. So you want to identify your primary competition. You want to identify maybe substitutive competition. You also want to prepare a side-by-side comparison, maybe of the top 3 or top 2 direct competitors that you have. And what you want to do there is you want to compare against your service categories, the cost, quality, speed, as much as you can, what the marketplace is saying. Maybe there's a segment of your audience that's use your competitors' products. Might be a good idea to get an idea of what they think about the competition as well. You also want to compare your competition's messaging, their digital footprint, what are they doing, and things like that. But what this does is it gives you a really good idea of what your audience, the messages that your audience is getting, how they're, how they go about making a decision and things like that. So competitive review is it can be very time consuming, but it's very important. And I think that's something that I would highly recommend that you do as part of your strategic marketing plan, because it can help you also better distinguish yourself in the marketplace, especially if you're losing business right now, or especially if maybe your customers are switching, or maybe you're getting a lot of people that you don't want into your company, or maybe they're getting people that you do want into your company. So what is happening, and what's driving that, and how does the competition affect that? Very good questions to answer in your strategic marketing plan. And then the third thing here is build an audience persona for your target market. I know persona sometimes gets a bad rap, and I've heard strategic folks talk about how it doesn't work and things like that. But my perspective is it's a tool that can work. It can inform, help you inform who you're targeting, right? And that's very important, very, very important. So some of the things that you want to do is you want to identify, maybe visualize in your mind the 5 or 6 really, really good customers you've had, clients you've had, and start extrapolating their demographics, their age, gender, stage in life, where do they live, where do they come from, what are their cultural influences, what kind of industry do they come from if you're B2B, and things like that. So once you have a demographic outline, you can also go a little bit deeper. And you can look at behaviors, media consumption and needs, and things like that. So it can really help you uncover an audience that maybe is hidden, or a media tool that is hidden from your view. You also want to, as part of the audience persona, outline their pain points, outline why they came to you, map out their journey. How do they get to you? How do they become aware of your services? How do they become a client of yours? And try to get an understanding of their decision-making process. And if they're repeat customers, why are they repeating their customer journey, and all that kind of stuff. So that can be a very, very good exercise as well. So like I said earlier, I've got a lot to cover still. And I usually try to keep this to half an hour to make it very digestible. So I'm kind of coming up on that time. So I'm going to wrap this episode up here. Today, what we did is this. I'm going to call this a first parter. The first part, we talked about what is a strategic marketing plan. We also talked about what you can expect from a strategic marketing plan. We got some details on that. And then I covered parts of how do you create a strategic marketing plan by talking about the SWOT analysis, the competitive review, and the audience persona. So I'm going to wrap up here, but in the next part, next week, I'm going to cover the second half of a strategic marketing plan. I'm going to talk about, you also need to uncover, your new client onboarding process, things like that, evaluating a digital footprint. And then also, how do you put all of this together? So we're going to cover all of that in the second part. So I'm going to leave you with that today and look forward to having you join us in the second part of this episode, talking about developing a strategic digital marketing plan for your business. Until then, happy marketing.
If you're a small business owner, a marketing manager at a company, or an entrepreneur, please tune in weekly. You'll gain some insights, tips, and tricks, and be a bit more enlightened when it comes to digital marketing. I promise you, if you implement the strategies, tactics, and tools I've discussed in this podcast, your business will definitely grow. Please subscribe to this podcast. You can do so by going to corneryourmarketpodcast.com and subscribe with the listening platform of your choice. That URL again is corneryourmarketpodcast.com. Don't forget to like and share this episode with your friends and colleagues. Also, don't forget to leave a review. Those mean a lot to me and can help others that would benefit from the information I share. Finally, I would love to hear from you. I love getting listener emails. So if you have questions, feedback, or any general comment about the topics I discuss on this podcast, feel free to send me an email. I will be sure to share and discuss your feedback on the air if it will benefit our listening audience. You can write to me at connect@corneryourmarketpodcast.com. Just put listener comment in the subject line. That email again is connect@corneryourmarketpodcast.com. And again, please put listener comment in the subject line. Thanks for listening today. I look forward to being back next week. Until then, be good and do good.